it's having a problem with the lighting. Anyway, yeah, so happy Friday, everybody. So another stream from the shop on a Friday. I just all week, as you guys may know, I've been in here working on the 63, trying to get things accomplished, and did a lot of good work. Got it pretty much in a good way now for paint. Well, I mean, I still have a lot of prep work to do and whatnot, but in terms of the major body work that I had to do, which was nothing major, but it's done now. Hey, thanks for joining, PK. Remember to hit the like button on your way in. Thank you. I think you may have already done so. But yeah, thank you. Much appreciated, PK. But yeah, so as I was saying there, so I've been doing the body work and pretty much got it together now. And it's on my way here today. I just stopped off at the local paint supply and I've purchased the paint. So it's just a matter of time now. We went with base coat, clear coat, and we have GM Victory Red is the color. I'm going to be spraying it. Hey, Sonia, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's a quick Friday live, you know. But yeah, I was just saying, you know, got the body work is pretty much wrapped up. Both sides. And I just have a little bit to do. I ran out of the Dolphin Glaze, so I had to go buy some more. And while I was there, I just went ahead and bought the paint. They gave me a good price. So I got the paint, the reducer, the clear coat, some scuff pads, paint strainers, and a couple paint cups and whatnot. So we have almost everything we need. So, I mean, I'm still working. Like I said, I finished the body work on this side also. Yeah. And you see most of that stuff in the videos, but today I actually did some even more work. I sanded all this stuff back down again, and I just put primer back on it a little, you know, little bit ago. I got the slight early start today, but yeah, so it's in a good way. So now what I'm gonna start doing is further preparing it for paint. So taking off like this door handle, this fender badge, some other miscellaneous fender trim, probably the hood lip molding, and I mean, I really need to pull the bumper off too, but right now, you know, with the rain, I still got a nasty sour water spot there, so I need to back this car out, but I gotta back that car out to do it and sweep some of this water out, then pull the bumper off. But in the meantime, I got other things to do, so I'm gonna start taking off those couple components and taping off or masking off certain areas, like whoops. So I need to mask this off, but I'm gonna try and do it, you know, not completely, because I think I'll go ahead and spray the dash too, because this is already kind of color matched. The car is going back red, but you know, the color red that I have versus what color this is, it might be a slight variation. So just to be sure, I'm gonna go ahead and tape it off from the inside. So we'll get a nice paint job with the inner windshield seams and everything will be coated. With the paint that I got, like I said, it's supposed to have a good mix ratio. Like they said, it's 1-to-1. So having a gallon of reducer and a gallon of paint, that should mix out to 2 sprayable gallons. So, you know, it's a big car, but I should have plenty of paint. And if that's the case, I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and paint inside the trunk and for sure under the hood here, you know, this crusty part here. You know, some of this stuff I was just gonna go all black with it, but the more I'm thinking, it seems like I should have enough paint, so I might mask off the engine and pull the battery out and some other miscellaneous things and spray under here too, because that'll, you know, then it's really gonna look good. You know, and for sure I'm gonna pull the bumper off so I can get to this valance. And damn, I should probably pull the grill too, but the thing is it's riveted in, and then I got, you know, somewhere I got a rivet gun, but you know what, it's only a couple rivets holding it in, so I might go ahead and pull the grill out too, just to do it the right way, you know. But overall, I'm just happy with the progress I made over the week. You know, I've been humping on the car, trying to get as much done as possible. Because like I said, the weather is already changing. Actually, today is chillier than it was yesterday, and that theme is continuing. So I gotta hurry up and do this before the winter comes, as I want to get the color on the car. So like I said, we bit the bullet, broke bread, and bought the paint. But I still need a few more supplies. So we have the paint and the clear. I think I'm gonna buy one more paint gun, just a El Cheapo, nothing expensive, but I want to use separate gun for base coat and clear coat, just so I don't have any potential there for dirty gun or contamination and no BS. So it's not a whole lot of money for a cheap gun. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And yeah, and hopefully, man, let me see. I gotta check the forecast, but I think we're gonna have the weather is gonna rebound a little bit next week. But what I really have to check on is the rain, any precipitation, because as you guys know, man, I got a leaky roof. And when I paint this, there are a couple of spots. I mean, this car is in a fairly dry spot, but there's a couple of spots, so I keep the car cover on it that we have some drips. So that would be the worst case scenario, is I paint it, leave it to dry overnight, and it rains and some crap like that, and then I get, problems in the roof or on one of the panels. So we want to try and do things in the best possible conditions. And while I'm just sitting here talking through it, thinking out loud, I need to get a couple box fans too. So I'm gonna have to go to Target or one of those places like that to go buy a couple of fans. Because what I'm gonna do, open this bay door here, and I got bay door over there. Yeah, I gotta put the 67 outside. I don't want no overspray on that. And yeah, once we had that good ventilation and the temperature is decent, because I went with medium reducer, so that's kind of for this temperature. Yeah, if it was gonna be colder, I would want to go with a fast, or if it's super hot, you want to go with a slow. So whatever, we went with a medium because the temperature is in flux. We should be good. So that's that. But yeah, I just wanted to go live to give you guys an update on where I'm at. And Friday is usually when most people have time, and my Friday lives tend to do the best for me number-wise. So I'm just up here on trying to get work accomplished, but de-stressing a little bit too. So I'm gonna grab a cold beverage and start working on the car. But I'm just gonna let the stream run, and from time to time I'll come back and talk with you guys. Hey, what's up, Olivia? Thanks for joining. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Dog, thanks, man. I appreciate your feedback there. Yeah, we got a few nice lowriders around here. Demagot, hey, man, thanks a lot for being here. Appreciate your like. Yeah, everybody, I may not pronounce your names right or everything, but I appreciate everybody for being here. If you just jumped on the stream, hey, it's free to hit the like button. So go ahead and support the channel and hit the like button. If you're new here and you're into this kind of car content, go ahead and subscribe. We're still trying to get our footing, but we're off to a decent start. We're up to like 6,000 subs now, and I'm trying to be consistent with the footage. Yeah, so it's a lot of content on the channel. So if you're into cars, we have like miscellaneous car shows, museum visits, etc. Check it out. It's a little something for everybody. You might see something that you like. From time to time, I throw in some random content. Like last week, I did something where I was cutting the grass. But there's miscellaneous stuff you'll be seeing. So go ahead and subscribe and stay tuned. And most importantly, if you're interested in this car or you like this kind of stuff, this is a 1963 Chevy Impala hardtop coupe, and we're in the process of doing a mini restoration on it. So that's what I'm talking through now. We finished up the majority of the body work. We have a little bit more to go. Hey, thanks a lot. I'm glad you really enjoy the content, man. That's what some other people told me too, but it's not for everybody. So I try to keep that in mind. But you guys are the ones why I really do this. For the people who are real car enthusiasts, or maybe if you're not even an enthusiast, but you just even like cars a little bit. I'm doing this for you so that you guys can get it more exposure, maybe learn a little bit, see some of the stuff that you like to see that you may not see every day wherever you may be in the world. So we're going to keep pushing and continue to grow the channel. And I appreciate it if all of you guys stick with me and be a part of the success and the growth. So with that said, I'm going to try to find somewhere to set this phone up on the stand so you guys can just get a view. In the meantime, I'm gonna go grab something cold to drink and I'm gonna start working. I got stuff all over the place. Let's see. Let's see, how is that? Yeah, I think that's decent. You get a decent view of the car. Yeah. Life Reality Vlogs, thanks for joining us. Good to see you. Wild Style Graphics, what up, what up? Okay, good to see you, bro. I hope they worked out for you, man. I hope they worked out for you, man. It's good business. I appreciate you. Yep, and let's see who else we got on here. Yeah, all the usual suspects. I appreciate everybody who keep rocking with me. You know, stick with me, and we're gonna do this together. But with that said, let me go get my cold drink, and then, you know, I'll be walking back and forth. I gotta get some tools and start taking a couple of these things off. Maybe I'll do that door handle first. I had to pack up some of this paint stuff. I need to open the trunk to access the one emblem on the back. But yeah, I'll come back and check the chat periodically, but in the meantime, just enjoy the view. I'll switch it up and we'll walk this shop in the yard in a little bit. But in the meantime, hit the like button. Don't forget about that. That's very important. And yeah, stick with me. I'll be right back. Yeah, I gotta go grab some tools. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I can grab a small socket set and just pull that door handle off easy. Man, I was a little underwhelmed or disappointed. I went to get my cold beverage. I just recently stopped at the store to grab my libations for Friday. And I was expecting ice cold, as I'm used to having ice cold in the fridge. And I grabbed it out of the freezer at the store, but looks like that freezer, either they just put it in there or the freezer's not doing too good because it's lukewarm. But you know what? It's Friday. It could be worse. At least I had it in the budget to sip a little something, so I'm not gonna complain. But yeah, first things first, I need to go get this box and pack up this paint and stuff again and just throw it in the trunk, get it out of the way, and start working. I need to do a light cleanup. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do right now. Although I should just finish my beverage, but you know, I got to do something for the people. Thank you. Everything came in this box, so let me stick it right back in there. And it just shook the paint up for me too, so would have been good if I was spraying it today, but we're not ready. Like I said, the place is right around the corner, so maybe the day that I'm gonna paint the car, I might shoot it up there and ask them to throw the paint can back on the shape. And that's just so it mixes up all the pigments and whatnot. Because I think if you leave paint like that sitting for a long time, you know, it kind of can clump up at the bottom, and depending on the color, you know, you might have some unevenness. So it's good to have the paint freshly shaken and stirred, you know. But whatever, we'll get it done. Okay, I'm gonna put I'll just leave this right here and make it back to the toolbox later. Salute to the chat once again. KW, big up yourself. I don't want to say your name wrong, so I just shorten and call you KW. Appreciate you in the chat. Have you guys been watching the latest videos? I dropped 2 today, so if you haven't, check it out. One of them is a small compilation of convertible Chevys, primarily lowriders, but some from recent car shows, just recent pictures. And the other one is status update on this car from yesterday and the past couple of days. Like I said, I did a small one today, so I'll probably release that for the morning, just to keep something out there for you guys. You know how it is when you're into a channel, you look forward to seeing the latest content, you know? I'm just looking at it from that perspective, how I like to consume content, you know? So it's always a good feeling. It's like, oh man, it's a new upload. Down the road, it's gonna slow down because, like I said, I'm here in Detroit and the weather is changing. I don't have no heat. You know, I'm on the poor man's budget with the shop, so I'm gonna keep it warm, but it's gonna be noisy as hell, you know, with the way that I run the heat. So the content is gonna slow down. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna keep something in there for you. Maybe we'll have more shorts. I'm gonna do a few trips to various places to get some content, but just brace yourself for that. But stick with me because we have plenty of projects. I'll still be working. We'll probably be doing other things. I was trying to line up an engine earlier today for the Fleetwood over there, but negotiations didn't work out. So either I have to enhance my budget or shop around a little bit, because everything I'm trying to do, or the majority of the work that I do here, I do on a budget. I'm not one of those people who has the infinite dollars to spend. I got a few nice toys and I kind of spend my money on trying to acquire, you know, the projects, but I can't just, you know, write a check and go buy all the stuff I need and get it done immediately. You know, I still have a whole family and responsibilities, etc., like everybody else, right? Or most other people. Some people don't have as much on their plate, but everybody at the end of the day has some other responsibility. So you got to be able to relate at some point. But all I'm getting at is not like some of these big channels where like every other day they got a fresh car from the auction and they're doing a complete rebuild in 3 days and things like that, right? Usually that's a whole team of people and they got a bag of money. So here I'm a one-man show. I mean, I have a couple close friends who come through when I need them, but for the most part, everything you guys see, right, it's just me on the camera. So with that said, just bear with me. I'm trying not to talk you guys to death. I need to start doing some work, but like I said, it's the after work chill on a Friday. So, salute to you in Russia. Thanks for joining, and be safe wherever you are, man. That's one thing, we're kind of fortunate right here. You know, I don't have any major drama to deal with, but different parts of the world are in turmoil and a lot of issues out there. I'm not into politics and all of that, so I'm not going to preach to you, but all I'm trying to say is give thanks for life, everybody, because tomorrow's not promised, you know? And no matter how tough your situation is, it could always be worse. So be considerate of other people going through tough times, right? But salute to everybody. Here we don't discriminate, race, color, creed, wherever you're from, you're welcome here. As long as you keep it respectful, we'll reciprocate. The minute you cross the line, it's over, you know. But so far we haven't had those problems, so I don't even want to put that in the universe. But yeah, guys, you know, cars are cool, but focus on life too, you know. Yeah, let me do some more work. I got sidetracked there. Need to clean up, but I think I still need that. So I'll leave that on. Damn, it's kind of heavy. Okay, glass. I'm just trying to use glaze putty. So let me stick this. Shit, that's a good spot. Yeah, I don't know if I ever showed you guys in the trunk of this car. But whilst you out of here, all right, bro. Thanks for stopping by, and come back whenever you got a free moment. Yeah, and you in the hood too, man. One day if you ain't doing nothing, pull up. Pull up. But yeah, so this is the trunk of this car. It's in good shape. I got a bunch of miscellaneous trim in here, but that's another thing I got to start to consider is I got to take an inventory because I was looking earlier and there's some of the bigger pieces that I'm like, oh no, I don't have that. You know, I got one piece but not the other. So what does that equate to is time and money, right? Because once we paint the car, ideally you're gonna have everything you need to just put it back together, and damn, I don't, you know? Like, for example, here's one side molding. See, it's a very long molding that runs down the quarter panel. I found I have the passenger side for this car, but I don't have the driver's side. It's the long molding, belt molding that runs along there. And like, they repop a lot of these moldings, but in my quick research, I didn't find that particular one. I found somebody selling them a set on eBay, but they want $200 a side, and then you gotta get it shipped and hope that they do it right and put it in a PVC tube or something so it doesn't bend. I've had some bad experience with that, spending big money for trim and people don't pack it right, and then if you FedEx or UPS, they don't care. And you get the package, it's all bent up, you know, now you're trying to get a refund. And then worse, you can't find the trim anywhere else. So anyway, what I'm getting at is I gotta hunt the trim down. Even though I have two cars, it's ironic because I had that same trim on this car, so I would have been in good shape, but I was helping out a good friend. He has a similar vehicle. I'll just say he has a 63 as well, and he was missing that piece of trim, and his car is, you know, it's almost ready. So I hooked him up with the trim, but at the time I didn't even realize, like, damn, I need the trim. But it's all good. See, I had on this car, I have a driver's side, but I already have a driver's side, and this driver's side is all dented up too, so I wouldn't have used that. But you get what I'm getting at, like the door trim, I gotta check, but I don't think I saw those in the trunk. I at least have this one looks good, but this one's bent up. So all that kind of stuff, you know, and all this bright work, all these little pieces of trim, you want to replace that if you can. Although that's not in bad shape, I might be able to polish that up. But like the flags here, you want to just replace that. It don't make sense to mess around with that. But replacing it means you got to spend a few dollars. Same with the door handles. Yeah, they clean up nice, but you know, you could spend $60, $70 and put some brand new ones on there. All kinds of little stuff is gonna come up. Little pieces of trim, miscellaneous things. Like I just remembered too, I need to buy a carpet. Like there's no carpet in here, and I don't have one just chilling somewhere. I should have really taped it up before I let all this Bondo dust and stuff get all over the seats, but I'm gonna vacuum it, blow it off with the air compressor or whatever and get it clean. But those are just all little things, man, you know, that you gotta consider when you're doing this type of work. At the end of the day, it all costs money. So if you're trying to do your car and, you know, it's expensive or whatnot, just you know, take it one piece at a time. Start slow, buy little pieces when you can, and when you have the budget, and then when you get ready, then you can work on the car, and you'll have everything you need on the shelf. Because one of the worst feelings is when you're working on it, and then you're like, damn, I need a part, and I'm stuck without it, and you can't find the part. Then you're in a problem. And with these old cars, you have situations like that where one minute, yeah, it might be no problem. You can order that online, and all of a sudden the part's not available anymore, or 6 month back order, or something like COVID happens and you can't get parts. So keep all those things in mind when you're planning your project. Okay, enough talking. Let me what I need to do while I'm just walking around and talking, I need to shift all this trim around. I'm just gonna make a space so I can throw this box in the trunk. So, well, maybe that's a good enough space in the corner. So let me try and throw that box in there and start doing some work. Or honestly, let me sip on this drink. Yeah. All right. Flip you guys back around. Yeah, that's decent. Something about those lights, I don't know. Sonia, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you. If everybody else who's in the chat and been here since the start or shortly thereafter, I appreciate you. You guys staying here and riding with me means a lot. Sometimes I need motivation, especially on a Friday. You know, a day like today, I'll get caught up in this and a couple other things, and next thing you know, I didn't get a whole lot accomplished. But because I'm already feeling good, I got the paint today. You know, so that's one less stress and one less obstacle for the project. But you can't get caught up in that small victory because there's still work to be done. Next thing you know, things start dragging out. And I'm trying to avoid getting into a rut where I take a day off and it become 2 and 3. And next thing you know, the weather changed and I didn't paint the car and it's too cold or some other BS. And I'm trying to have some buffer time in there too because something could go wrong. You know, I could have a bad reaction or something when I'm doing the paint and it could cause an issue. Davey, yeah, thanks for joining the live. Yeah, you missed a little bit, but don't worry. We're only 20-some minutes in, and I'm gonna let it run for a while, so yeah. And you could always watch the replay, you know. But I appreciate your view. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I forgot what the hell I was saying, but I was just rambling. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to stay on task. That's what I'm trying to tell you, because I want to have some buffer time in case something goes wrong. I have enough time to recover. If I gotta sand the car back down and paint it again, God forbid, hope not, right? Because you don't want to be buying paint more than once. Let's say it like that. But yeah, but I want to get the car all cleaned up, and I just remember one thing. I forgot to buy some tack cloths. So some of the stuff, that's another thing I want to say. Like, although you may have like a local paint supply by you, or you can buy the majority of the things that you need, shop around for some stuff because there's some things where you can get a little better deal on Amazon or eBay or those kind of places. If you don't need the stuff like immediately and you can wait a week or wait 2-3 days, go ahead and shop around. And that's for stuff like as simple as sandpaper or whatever, you know. But yep, yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully nothing gets jacked up. But you never know, you know. Temperature is my biggest concern right now, and moisture, because the shop gets wet. So that's what I was saying earlier. I need to plan out this process a little bit. Like, I want to have a good 3 to 4 days of clear skies, and decent temperatures to do this work. Like, honestly, the past week here would have been great, but it just didn't happen that way. But although the temperature is gonna change here a bit, I think we're gonna have enough time to get it done. We're gonna try for sure. So whether it works out or not, we're gonna find out, but we're gonna at least try. And we're gonna do everything we can to make this car nice and clean once again, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited that I bought the paint. And I didn't tell you guys, but what facilitated that is we trimmed the herd over here. So one of the Cadillacs found a new owner, so we're able to to help somebody else get their project going, and that now helps to feed this project and keep it going. Yep, so that's a small victory for this week too. But yeah, let me get back to work. Let me put this beverage down and throw this stuff in the trunk. And uh-oh, I got this phone set up in a precarious way, so I'm hoping it don't fall. But yeah, if you guys just jumped on, remember to hit the like button, all right? Appreciate you. Okay, that's that. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth showing, but I might as well show you guys something. Yeah, hopefully the weather bounces back before October. Okay, guys, so what I'm getting ready to do is to try to pull this emblem off. We definitely don't want to just tape over that and paint it. Some people do that, but I mean, you want to get the cleanest possible paint job, you're going to take it off. So that's what I'm going to do. But I just wanted to show you guys how you access it on this particular car. There's the retainers right there. So it's a little bit of a tight spot, but I can get in there with a wrench, probably a socket too. I don't even know what size that is, but I got a couple of wrenches in my hands here, so I'm gonna start working on that. I'm gonna put you guys back on the stand, but I wanted to at least show you. All right, that's kind of some of the little BS you gotta do when you're taking trim off. Hey, Raquel, thanks for joining. Appreciate your like and your share, much appreciated. Yeah. And everybody else follow suit. Don't forget to hit the like button, because we've had good traffic, but somehow we only got 13 likes. I know how it is, you know, sometimes you can't even find the like, but when you're in vertical mode, all you should have to do is double tap your screen, and that should handle the like. So if you're trying to figure it out, that's how you do it. Okay, oh shit, I shouldn't have closed the trunk, because similarly, the Impala emblem here, it's got two fasteners too, and you access those from the trunk. So I'll pull those off. Yeah, I should probably pull all of these they call these the cove moldings. I'm gonna pull all this stuff off the back. This center emblem, that's gotta come off. Like I said, door handles. Oh man, I should take this off the door. This might be one where I just tape it and say the hell with it, because from what I remember with these, there's a couple of small screws behind them. And even when the glass is all the way down, you can't really get to them. So you need to pull the glass all the way out to get those screws out. And I mean, the worst case is the paint edge is gonna stop right there. Honestly, I think I'm gonna tape it. I'm gonna just tape that up. The mirror, I'll pull off, like I said, the door handle. And again, this flag. This is one of the clips to hold on the molding, and so I got to pull that off. That might give me a problem. I'm not sure if I can get to that from inside the door. Shit, I left the light on the other side. Let me just stick my hand in there. Yeah, okay, cool. I can get to it. So what I was worried about, I think on my 64, it's a little bit different. In order to get to those, it's a little bit harder, and it's easier if you have these wheel wells out. And that's what I didn't want to do on this car, is to have to take all that crap out, because they bolt to the fender and it can be, I just don't like messing with them. And right now they're in a good position. So, okay, I think I'm going to do that. And then what else? Like the hood lip, and then this as well. So once that's off, I think that's pretty much all I'm going to do. I mean, the real right way to do it is I should take off this drip edge molding too. I don't feel like it, you know. It's not necessary. You're never gonna know the difference. So I'm gonna just tape that. So I think all this bright work, this trim, I'll have to put the back glass down and see if I can get to the screws. But for all intents and purposes, we're just assuming that all this glass on the door is just gonna get masked off. I gotta paint this roof. And man, I'm not the tallest person, so I might have to step on a cinder block or get a step stool or something up here when I go to paint the roof, so I can get good coverage and good overlap. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's all I need to take off. So let me throw you guys back on the stand and start taking some stuff apart. Hope everybody's having a good day out there. A nice, happy Friday. I'm in good spirits. Yeah, I got the wrenches in my pocket. So I wasn't sure what size. I just grabbed about 3 different wrenches. That's the best way to do it sometimes. So let's see if I grab lucky. Looks like it's 5/16. All right, success. So we got that bad boy off. One good thing in this case was this wrench was a ratchet and wrench. With that being a tight clearance, it helps if you have one of these ratchet and style wrenches. Otherwise, maybe a 1/4 inch ratchet with a socket would have done well. But the ratchet and wrench did good. And what I'm doing is I'm just gonna put the little fasteners back on the back so I don't lose them. Even though I plan to replace these emblems, sometimes when you get the new ones, depending on who you buy them from, you may not get new clips. Or even if you do, sometimes you drop one down in the fender or something like that, or it falls on the ground and you never see it again. So always try to save them. And even though I'm more than likely I'm not gonna reuse this, it's still good to keep it. There's nothing like these original parts. This one does happen to be an original one. And there are people who restore them. Like the metal itself is not bad. It's not all pitted. All you'd have to do is like really buff it and clean it up and get some small paint brushes, and you could fill back in the paint, because it would have been a red flag, checkered flag over here, and then like a red, white, and blue on the center. So a lot of times, you know, even in this condition, people would be interested to buy these opposed to the repops that may have come from a foreign country. You know, when somebody's trying to do a restoration and they want a American everything, you know, original, new old stock parts and stuff like that, people pay big money for that stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna throw it somewhere in the car, but glad that's some progress. That came off easy. Let me see. I do the door handle. I'll grab my little 1/4-inch ratchet set to do that. I could use a long extension, but I don't think I have a long 1/4-inch extension here. That's one of the problems when you have a shop and you work at the house too. Sometimes you don't have enough tools, or the tool that you need is at the other location. I run into that a lot. As I try not to invest in having a whole bunch of stuff up here, right? But, you know, I used to carry my tools a lot more, but with the truck that I have now, I have a single cab truck, so I don't really have the space to just always have my tool bag in there. I used to have a extended cab truck, and I'd always have all my tools and stuff in the back real easy. So I'm dealing with that adjustment and just working through tool shortage and improvising. Sonia, you still here? Thank you. I appreciate you. Damn, what am I supposed to? Okay, let me get this tool set up. I think I remember what size this is. Let's see. Oh, damn. You know what? I'm going to have an issue. Gonna have a little issue. All right. So it just dawned on me to pull this handle out. I'm gonna run into an issue because of the glass right now. So this door glass, as you can see, the glass is not all the way up. So and if you look right where the door handle is, as you can imagine, this one fastener right behind here, and I think maybe there's 2 on this side, but at least a couple of them are blocked by the window being down. Now this window is down because for a couple reasons. For one, I need a different glass. These door glasses, they have like 2 tabs on the bottom of them. The lower track tends to rust out on these, and this particular glass has that problem where one of the tabs rusted and broke off. So it's only got 1 tab on there. Because of that, and because I didn't have all the parts, I didn't permanently install the glass. But I just tried to stick it in there because I was trying to put the door back together. But since we're painting, whatever, I'm just gonna snatch it out right now. But that's what I just ran into. Like, I'm ready to jump in here and start dealing with trying to access the bolts, but I can't because the glass is in there. Anyway, I can't really show it to you guys real good, but let me pull the glass out of the way. It's actually up higher, so like this slot right here is one of the spots to help you access the bolt that I need to get to. Anyway, this is not a good view. Let me put you guys back on the stand, and let me snatch this glass out. Because when I sit here, I gotta get in the groove too, because when I sit here and try to talk you through everything and narrate something that's gonna take me 2 minutes, it's gonna take me 15, you know. But I'm trying, I'm trying. I gotta get in the groove. I think we're good. I'm gonna show you guys something. First thing, I give a disclaimer, don't try this at home. But so, because I have the window tracks and all that stuff in place, I was able to just pull the glass up, and it's kind of just being held up by tension. It's wedged in place. You don't really want to try this at home because there's nothing underneath holding it, but at least I have it all the way up where I can quickly get in here now and access the bolts I need to get to. Let me see. Okay, you guys see one of them there. At least I hope you can see it. Let me get my finger on it. I'm blocking the light. That one. And then there's the other one there, right there. So now that the glass is up, I should be able to get to it. I kind of need an extension. I only have a short one, but I'm gonna try. Let me just get my hand in there. Worst case, I'll have to get a wrench. But yeah, so sometimes we do things a little unorthodox, but I'll at least warn you. If you're doing this at home, proceed with caution because the glass is expensive, not as easy to find as you can't just go to your local glass shop and get one. You can order them online on eBay, but don't do it that way. Do things the right way, take precaution, but hey, if you're in a situation, this might work for you too. So I may be slightly out of view, but let me just take care of this real quick, guys. I think this is the right socket. Let's see. No, it's not the right socket. All right, once again, this one is 5/16. All right, success. We got it off. So that worked out. I don't know if you guys heard me, but it ended up being 5/16 bolts again. So if you got a similar car and you need to do a similar thing, maybe you got a similar car and you just want to put a fresh pair of handles on, that's how you do it. It's not really much to it. Don't be intimidated by it, at least on this old school car. Now, some people may say, well, damn, how are you going to open the door? Well, the mechanism is still in there. And you see this long pin here, all that the button does is it pushes that pin in. So you can improvise with a screwdriver, or a lot of times you just use your finger. Finger is strong enough, you can just stick it through the hole and actuate that mechanism and the door latch will open. Worst case, you keep the window down and leave the inside handle in there, but that's how I'll still be able to open the door. And although this is in overall decent shape, you can see it has some pitting. Some of this stuff might polish out. And there's, again, some people like to keep the old original stuff. They might send this out to get it repolished and chromed or whatnot, because although you can get reproduction, the quality is not the same. This is probably a different type of metal. You know, it may not fit just right, you know. These will for sure match up and fit good, you know. But that's another thing to consider if you're redoing one of these cars. Anytime you start using the aftermarket or reproduction parts, you tend to have fitment issues, and you have to know little tips and tricks on how to work around that. Or in some cases, it just flat out won't work, and you're gonna have to try to source a original OEM manufactured part, and that can get expensive real quick. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, Sonia. Thank you. I know you're on the other side of the world, and it's good morning for you. It's like what 3 a.m. over there, but yeah, man. Get some rest, Sonia. I really appreciate you even more when we consider the time zone difference. Thanks for rocking with me, and you know we'll reciprocate. I'll be on your stream in the very near future, but thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Get some rest. Tomorrow's another day. Yeah. And that goes for everybody. I know a lot of people we're not in the same time zone, you know. I'm here in Detroit, it's 3 p.m., right? Sonia's on the other side of the globe, so we got a 12-hour difference, you know. But yeah, some other people it could be more, could be less. You know, although I'm celebrating Friday, it's already Saturday there for Sonia. You know, we really appreciate you. Get some rest, Sonia. We'll see you again soon. Yep. Thank you so much. And everybody else, for the 50 plus people that are in the chat, don't forget to hit the like button. I'm trying not to bring it up too much, you know what I'm saying? But that would help me, helps the algorithm, helps more people to get notifications and be aware of the content. So help everybody out, man. Share it. Okay, all right, we got that handle off. Now I have to remember now to put that glass back down, because if I went to slam this door closed right now, it's gonna come crashing down and potentially break. So let me get the flashlight out of the door, do that. Then I'll open the trunk and get this little emblem off the back. Damn, that's right where I just put that box of stuff, but we'll get it done. Let's take the ratchet back out. Yes, hopefully that emblem in the trunk is also a 5/16. Then we don't really need any more tools. Drop that there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a 5/16. Maybe I should demonstrate the opening. There we go. Open. All right. Yeah, that makes it different. I still gotta grab those off the front fender. Where's my screwdriver? Man, I got something I gotta look at too with this trunk. It's like something going on with one of the tension rods where, I mean, the trunk opens, but when you go to close it, it gets hung up on one side like real stiff, and you gotta pull on it and make some popping noise. So I need to look at that. One of the trunk torsion bars or tension rod is having some issue. Let's focus that way a little bit now. Imagine that. Not 5/16. But more like a 3/8 or maybe even 7/16. But yeah, these fasteners are a little bit bigger, and it's 3 of them. I got my double-ended wrench here to deal with it, so pretty sure it's the 7/16. So we should be good with this tool. And it's one on either side, so while I got the trunk open, I'll just do both. That's one thing too, is it's good to maybe get a little box or bin or bags or things where you can put all the parts in and label them. Even something like this, maybe take some tape and have a permanent marker. Like, I saw some tape around here earlier. Yeah. Yeah, like I could take a piece of this tape and write on here, you know, passenger door or something like that, and tape it on here. That way, when the time comes, it's real obvious where that part goes. But try not to get the stuff all scattered out because, or scattered around, because then when you go to put the car back together, you'll be scrambling looking for stuff. I'm not really tripping off of it too much because I know I'm planning to replace a lot of this stuff. So I'll be having some brand new sets in the box and stuff like that. And some of the stuff I already have from previous builds. That's one thing, like that handle, that's a common handle between 63 and 64. And I've already done, you know, other cars in the past. And I think, I'm trying to think, from my 64 convertible, I think I bought 2 sets. Maybe I had a gold set and a chrome set. So if my memory is correct, I have it. But then now sometimes the issue is, can I find it? Man, so we'll see. But either which way, we're going to put it back together and make it nice. Much nicer than it started. I mean, it was a nice car to start with, but I'm bringing in some new life, breathing some new life into it, freshening it up, get it ready for the road again. Let me take this thing off here. Got that one off. And in this case, I didn't even need the wrench. I should have tried first, but these were only like, these fasteners were only like finger tight, hand tight. So as soon as I grabbed one, I could just unscrew it real easy. Let's see about the other side. But yeah, I was right. It's a 7/16, so, you know, just in case you run into that and you don't know what size tool to grab. 7/16 for these bad boys. Impala, baby. Let me snatch the other one off the other side. I think I'm gonna just leave this in the trunk. I'm gonna put the handle back there too, so I don't want to lose these. Yeah, that was real easy, real straightforward. Now I'm gonna jump on the other side of the car and do the same thing like I did over here. Let's see what you guys tell me. Unmatch and keep original paint, if I could. Yeah, the thing with this particular car though, Bushy, is this is not the original paint, you know. This is definitely not the original paint. This car has had at least one repaint before. But what I am doing though is I'm going back with the GM color. You know, it's gonna be red. I just had the paint out earlier. I forget what the color is called. Victory Red, I think, is the name of the color. Victory Red. This is GM color. If you watch from the beginning, you can see the paint code and you'll understand. So honestly, I believe it's gonna be a brighter red than this. This is kind of a dull red. You guys can't really tell, but I think the red that I got is gonna be more like this, let me see, like more like this broom handle. It's gonna be a more bright red in comparison. You see that? This is somewhat of a dull red. So the factory color is a little brighter. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. It's going back red. I guess here's a quick look at what we've done so far. So pull that molding off. We're trying to prepare for paint because we just finished the bulk of the body work. It's got some little nicks and stuff there that I'm gonna fill in, but pull that door handle off. We're de-trimming the car as much as possible. We pull the little flags off. I still gotta take these little stripes off on both sides, but that's what I'm getting ready to do, is jump on the other side. So far on the other side, we still need to take off that door handle and the little fender badge, etc. So let me see, do I have somewhere I could put the stand on the other side of the shop here, so that you guys can still at least see something, you know? Let's try setting you guys up on the Cadillac. Let me flip the camera. And this fender is not that wide. I think that's good. Maybe not. Maybe that's better. We'll try that. I think I'll do the door handle first. See, it's real easy to do, right? Because this car is not 100% put together, so I didn't have to take the door panel off or any of that kind of stuff. It's a little bit harder when you have more trim and stuff. Let's see, Bushy, candy by chance? No, Bushy, it wasn't in the budget. You know, I wanted to try, you know, I really did, but man, this candy paint is expensive, man, so I couldn't do it. So I'm just, for this particular budget, I'm just going with a base coat, clear coat. So that's where it's at. It should still come out real nice, you know. Candy is nice, but the other thing I'm keeping in mind with this particular car is I'm probably gonna enjoy it for a year or two, maybe. But the thing is, I'm not gonna keep the car forever. And when I think about resale, I want to keep my options as broad as possible. So I want to capture the widest market I can. So the best thing to do that is to keep it, as close to original as possible. When you start going with custom paint, yes, a lot of people who like candy paint and 63 Impalas, etc. But some of the old cats not feeling that, right? Some of the retirees who have the money, the 35K to spend on something like this, then it's best I leave it as close to stock as possible. So, but the car that I got you set up on now, maybe this can end up being a candy. I'd love to have it like a nice oriental teal or something like that. It's a Fleetwood Cadillac coupe, and it needs some paint. So we'll see. Hopefully I can spend a little more money with that one. But for this particular one, no candy. James Martin, throw a torch red pearl in your clear. Oh yeah? What would that do for me by putting a torch red pearl in the clear? Is it give me some kind of pearl effect or what? It might be something to try on like a test panel so I can see, but if you could tell me what that would do for me, I would appreciate it. Because when it comes to painting, I'm no expert, for real. That's where I really have the least experience. Like the mechanic work and some of the body work I've done before, but the painting, I'm still a rookie. So I need everybody's input and I need everybody rooting for me. Hopefully this can be the start of a beautiful thing, because it's the one thing I haven't mastered yet. If I can get the painting down, then sky's the limit, man. I don't need to rely on anybody. I can do everything I need to do by myself. That's my overall objective. Having built cars over the years, some of the biggest struggles are when you have to depend on other people. You may have all your ducks in a row in terms of parts and money, but you still at some point have to put your trust in somebody else to do the work. And that's where things can go left real quick. You know, you can pay top dollar and get mediocre work, You can also have your car tied up for a lot longer than you expected. There's all kind of horror stories out there about paint prison. You know, you send your car to the body shop. Next thing you know, it was supposed to be done in 6 months, and it's 5 years later, and it's still not done. You know, so anyway, I don't want to jump all over the place, but we'll run the stream a little bit longer. But let me get back and pull these flags off. Let me throw this in the trunk. We'll keep moving forward. Okay. Got that off without too much trouble. So far, so good. Like everything is cooperating. You know, sometimes you have challenges getting this stuff off. But I think it helps that this car had been painted at some other time in its life, so all this stuff has come apart before. Pliers or something. Yeah, I'm trying to get this that one trim clip off, and I need some pliers or something to squeeze it on the other side. Let me see what I can find. Trying to get it with the needle nose pliers. Yeah, this particular clip I'm trying to get off right now is one of those, hey, what's up, Ninja? Thanks for joining. Glad you made it. But yeah, this clip I'm battling with right now, it's like one of those press-in clips. And it's a tight fit, so I'm trying to squeeze on it with some pliers, but the angle it was at, the pliers I had were too big, so got some smaller needle nose. I'm gonna try it now. See if we can get it off. Yeah, sometimes the things that should be simple aren't. All right. All right, we got it out, but it wasn't without a fight, man. Damn. If you can see the clip here, it's one of those, it's kind of like a wedge, but it's metal. So, but it's a pressed fit. So once that thing is in there, and because it's kind of in the door jamb on the fender, it's very hard to compress this enough to get it off of there. So I have to muscle it a little bit, and it is what it is. Thankfully, we only got one to take off, but it put a scar or two around the hole, right? So this is where it was. So no big deal, right? Because a molding is gonna go there, but the perfectionist in me is gonna have to clean this up a little bit, right? Because if I just painted right over that, it'd look like crap. So I gotta smooth that out. So it's all that kind of little stuff that's gonna take some extra time, and all like this little stuff here, you know. But like I said, I'm trying to do things on the cheap, and since I'm going back with red, I don't want to have to prime the whole car. But all these little edges, I gotta sand them out, hit them with a little glazing putty, and smooth everything out so that when we paint it, everything could lay out nice and flat. So, okay, so let's see. We got those flags off on this side. We got the door handle off. We got the little Impala emblem. Yeah, we still need to do these front pieces. Let me look and see how accessible those. Okay, yeah, we can get to it easy on that side. On that side, we're gonna have to pull the battery out. No problem. It's only partially connected, so yeah, I should be able to get those out. But we don't need to film everything here today. Gave you guys a little bit, and if you missed the stream, just tap back in and watch it from the beginning, and you'll be all caught up. Also, I'll reiterate again, I released a couple of videos today, so if you haven't already seen them, make sure you check it out. One of them is some of the progress on this car, you know, some of the tail end of the body work. And then I also did take a few clips of some of the work I did earlier, so I'll probably compile that and have a release for tomorrow. But just check those out. They're a couple shorter videos. I think one's 18 minutes and one's 21 minutes. So you watch those, you can get completely caught up. If you're new to this build series, we do have a playlist that captures all the work we've done to this car so far from start to finish. So if you missed a drop, you can just go back and check the playlist and watch from beginning to end, or just a specific portion that you missed and want to catch up on. And yeah, generally speaking, just stay tuned. I'll be putting in some more work tomorrow. But let me see. What am I going to do? I will be doing some more work tomorrow. I'll be continuing, if nothing else, with removing the trim. Probably pulling this bumper off, maybe the grill, and starting to mask stuff off and some general cleanup. So, and other things. But there'll be work going on tomorrow. What I'm getting at is I'm not sure if I'm going to do a live stream. I might. But if nothing else, I'm going to record some of the content so you'll have something to look at next week. But the good news is we made progress and you won't have to see any more. Well, after the video I drop tomorrow, you won't have to see anything else about the rear quarter. It'll be something different. And yeah, I think that's probably a good stopping point for today. We bought the paint. It's safely tucked away, so that's no longer an obstacle. I just got to check the forecast and finish up some of the real light stuff that I just showed you, like that little touch up on the fender and the door jambs, etc. And we'll be getting the color on the car. Again, I believe it was torch red. Torch red, if memory serves me correct. And we got some kind of economy high solids clear that we'll be shooting on here. So that's it for today, guys. Let me show my face. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, Shawnee C. This is Motor City Customs, and you just enjoyed another shop stream. And yeah, thank you for that reminder. Please hit the like button on your way out. It's free, it doesn't cost anything. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of the content and you can stay locked in with us every step of the way. Give you a quick view outside. It's kind of a gloomy day, but the sun is starting to come out now, but we still got some gray skies. You know, we got one less Cadillac, but we still have the burgundy one. This is still for sale if anybody's interested, but honestly, the more I think about it, I think I might keep it now that I sold the other one. I really love these 93 to 96 Cadillac Fleetwood Bromes. Anyway, let me shut the hell up. I'm supposed to be ending the live. Sorry, guys, man. I'm not a talker, but I'm turning into one. But that's it for today. Thanks again, and I hope you guys stay locked in because this is just the beginning. There's will be more work going on and more obstacles to overcome, you know, more challenges to be accepted, and it doesn't stop. Does not stop. We're going to keep working, keep building these cars, and having a good time while we do it. Thanks for being a part of the journey, and I will see you all again in the very near future. Stay safe. Hug your loved ones. Let them know you care about them. And remember that tomorrow's another day. If you didn't get it done today, you have an opportunity tomorrow. But also keep in mind, tomorrow's not promised. So if there's something you can get done today, don't put it off. Just get busy and knock it out. That's how you get things done, you know. And they say, how do you, sometimes the task is overwhelming. You got a lot to do. Say, how do you eat the elephant? One bite at a time. Take things in little bits and pieces. That's how we're doing this car. This car for me is an elephant. It needed all kinds of stuff, but chipping away at it little by little, and now we can start to see all that work coming together. So that's my advice to everybody. I hope everybody's having a great Friday, and I hope you have an excellent weekend. And once again, be safe. Take care of your friends and families, and we'll see you again soon. I'm Shawnee C, your host, and we are out of here.